Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with the This is Pantasy project pan. So I was a bit late joining in on this. I don't think I put up my intro until like super late in October. But this is technically an every other month project pan. I will link all pertinent information down below. This is being done in conjunction with the PANtastic ladies, of course. And I don't remember what every prompt stands for off the top of my head. I did print it off, but I seem to have misplaced the sheet. But I do believe I will be listing everything in the description down below, so you will at least know what all this stuff stands for. But it's very cool. I go into a lot of detail in the intro, which I will also link down below for you guys. There will be lots of things down in the description. Just check it out if you are curious about anything. So this does update every other month technically, although I know some people have been updating it every month. Please excuse my dogs, they're running around as always. I just decided to go with every other month. That's why I rolled all 21 prompts in, rather than, you know, starting out with 5 or 10 and rolling in once I finish things up. So I haven't started on quite everything yet, but I will be going over everything that I have used. And once I start rolling more products in, I will be showing them as I get to them. So I do actually... Y'all sound awful! So I do have 2 empties. They are really small products, stuff that I kind of figured would be done, honestly. First is for Werewolf. I have the Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. We started right here, or I did. Y'all ain't using the makeup. And it is now empty. And I also have Elf, which I do remember is something that you feel beautifies you or something like that, and because this fills in my pores, I chose the Ulta Beauty Mattifying Balm that I, rather than use it to like put on top of makeup, I actually use it to fill in my pores. And the pan is now empty, and I had a bit of trouble with this at first because it had dried out a good bit, and at first I was like, am I gonna have to replace this with some other pore filling primer? But eventually I managed to make it work by using a damp beauty blender, or makeup sponge technically, in this every time and putting it on my face that way. And that way I was able to make it work basically by rehydrating it and putting it on that way. So yay for that. 2 empties out of 21. 1 update in is always good. Now to go over everything else that I do have progress on. First is Basilisk. And I believe it was a dark matte shadow. I rolled in my Lunar Beauty Life's Drag palette. Whoop! I want to use the shade Shady, the black shade, 40 times. So far I have used it 9 times, which I will definitely be upping that because this and another shade, I was kind of alternating rather than using them consistently, but I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and get these kind of done and rolled out so I can have some fairly quick empties, although I don't necessarily know if I will be done with this by next update because I don't wear a lot of makeup right now. I'm getting a bit better, but it's still, I will probably at least be close by the next update. It does have a little bit of a dip in there. I don't think I will hit pan in 4 uses just because, although I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea how like deep these shadows are or anything of that variety. But it is getting some work on it. Next is Cyclops, and I picked the NYX Primal Colors eyeshadow pigment, whatever, in hot green. This is what it looked like last time. And here is what it looks like today. I have started working on this end right here, and it has started to dip a little bit, which is cool. I mean, this is probably going to take me the whole time to use up. I'm not expecting it to go super quickly or anything, but I expanded the pan that I have in it, and that is what makes me happy. Next is Fairy, and this is something I will probably be done by next update. It is the Clean Skin Club Vitamin C Brightening Booster. I believe this had something to do with food, because it has watermelon green tea and pineapple extract or something in it. We started all the way up here, and in about a month and a half I have gotten down to here, Well, the product only goes to about right here, so this very well might be done before the end of December, but I'm just not entirely sure. It'll definitely be done by February 11th. It'll probably be done by January 11th, let's be honest. Next is Hydra, and I threw in my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I only started really using this month because I finished the 2 other concealers that I was working on, one for my face and one under my eyes, and I used this for both. So last time it weighed 31.3 grams, this time it weighs 30.9. I will say that it doesn't come out completely coated, but it's, I don't have to dip back in or anything yet, so that's something. In theory, I could probably shine a light in here and get like a guesstimate of where I am, and I just haven't. But I know this has a ton of product in it. If I remember correctly, it has like 10 grams or something in it. Like, it has a crap ton. And I've used up about half of it before this project started, so I'm sure it'll be in here for a couple of updates to come, unless, you know, I start wearing makeup a hell of a lot more, which could totally happen. Stranger things have happened. For Kraken, I have the Fenty highlighter in Sandcastle. Here's where it was last time. And here we are today. I had only just hit pan when I first showed it, and now I actually have a nice little chunk of pan in there. I do focus my highlighter brush in the middle, so the sides aren't super touched yet. Hi, Sassy. Hi! Sorry, but anyway, so I still got plenty of time with this. It's a very intense highlighter. I wore it pretty intensely today, actually. I got a little carried away with it. I even tapped it on top of my eyeshadow right here at the end because I still had like some left on the brush, and I was like, well, I don't just want to sit there and let it... Well, I don't just want to let it sit there, so let me put it on my eyeshadow as well. I wear this as an inner corner highlighter a lot, and the shadow I'm going to get to in a moment, I'm probably going to start using as my inner corner highlight basically every day unless it fully clashes with a look. So this might have a little bit less progress next time. And weight-wise, it went from 28.3 to 28.1. So not a lot, but I'm not necessarily expecting a lot at one time either because it is a highlight. Let's be real. Next is Mermaid, and I chose the Balm Antidotes Tinted Moisturizer. If I remember correctly, this was brand with a female creator, which I actually didn't know until I looked it up, that the balm was created by a woman, which is awesome. So I didn't mark this when I put this in, but I think I was about here. I am so sorry that y'all are probably hearing a ton of barking in the background. My oldest Chihuahua is playing with my youngest Chihuahua, so... And since he doesn't play very often, I don't really want to stop them. He is like 14, so when he's got the energy, I really don't want to interrupt him. So, sorry. But I am wearing this today. It's the first time I've worn it because I had to finish another foundation before getting to this. That's in a different project pan. But here is where we are now. I hope you can see that. Yep. This won't take me long at all. It's a mini. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, which right now I honestly kind of appreciate, not because I don't have things that need to be covered up, but just because it feels lighter on the skin. I was panning the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation, which I do like. It's really nice and it stays on my face really, really well. But that sucker can be a little bit heavy after wearing it for a while. So it's nice to have something a little bit lighter as a change. Witch or Warlock, and I threw in the Prettiest for Your Face Light as a Feather eyeshadow. And I want to use it 20 times. So far I have used it 6, and this is the highlight shade that I was talking about. I hope that wasn't anything important. It is very blue on my eyes. Like, it looks like it would have more of a blue to maybe pink shift, but on my eyes it is just very blue. So it doesn't quite work with every look that I do. So I have to be a little selective on what I use it with, but I am going to try and use it more often just so that it's something that I can roll out by next time. Because that only leaves me with 14 uses left, and in 2 months I can definitely get that. And finally, I have Zombie, and I have the Tarte Cream Bronzer in Breezy. Here's what it looked like last time. And here is what we have today. I have been going towards the top of the pan. And I will admit, I've been a little bit lazy about using this a couple of days because it's not hard to use at all, but it is something that I have to apply with a brush and then blend in with a sponge. So it's not finicky, but I have to put a little bit of effort into it. And some days I'm just in a hurry, and I don't really. It's one less step if I don't use it. But I do think that I could finish this by the end of this project, no problem, so I'm not worried about it in any way. It's just progress is a little bit slower than I was necessarily expecting. Its weight went from 10.9 to 10.5. And it has 3 actual grams of product in here, so I used up 0.4 in the last month and a half, which is cool, and I don't know how much I used up before that because I don't think I weighed it in one project, but not the one before it, so I have no idea. Whew, so by next update, I will have this done, and I'm sure I will have hit my goal on this. Beyond that, I don't think I will have anything else done, but I think I will have a couple more products rolled in. Let's see. I haven't started using it yet, so I don't have it out here. But Leprechaun, the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder Mini that I have, that will certainly be done by next time. Oh, and this. So we'll have multiple empties next time, which is cool. Whew, so that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!